What's up, everybody? We're going live, and what I want to talk about right now is the Apple event. Apple's just released some of their stuff, and we are going to talk about it a little bit today. All right, so time for a recap. So let's talk about the Apple event. Let's talk about what they released today, what they talked about. The two big things with the Apple Watch and the Apple Fitness Plus. So let's get right into it. Let me give my opinions. Let's start out with the watch, then let's get to the Fitness Plus. The Fitness Plus is the thing that I'm most excited for, but I want to talk about both because I think they're both exciting. I think there's cool stuff on both ends of this. All right, so first thing, Apple Watch 6. Wow. All right, let's get into it. Let's go to learn more. So first of all, it's going to be available. It just said 9/18. So that is available Friday. You can start ordering this. Okay, we get into it. So first, the basics. Well, before we get to that, let's take a look at some of these watches. So first of all, the specs. The watch is going to look exactly like the Apple Watch 4, 5, and now 6. Specs have basically remained unchanged. Changed some hardware, changed some stuff underneath the hood, but specs for the main part are going to remain exactly the same. So the watch is going to have the same look and feel as, I mean, basically as it always has. But there were, between the Watch 3 and 4, there was a significant change with the way the screen and stuff. So I think that was a big significant upgrade. So hardware-wise, we got some new stuff under the hood, new sensor. Let's get into some of that stuff. All right, so first thing they have up on the screen here is this thing called Blood O2. The future of health is on your wrist. Blood oxygen, a fresh breath, a breath of fresh innovation. So let's talk about what that is. All right, so blood oxygen level. So if you ever went to the doctors, which you all should have, when the doctor's taking your pulse, because why are they taking your pulse? To check that you don't have some kind of like AFib or something like that, and they're going to give you your blood pressure, right? But they stick a little device on your finger. And why do they stick that device in your finger? Because they're testing your oxygen level. If you're normal, healthy, the device will say like 97, 98, 99, or 100. That's the oxygen level that you have. Now, on watches, like this watch that I actually have on my wrist, which is a Garmin 945, my Apple Watch is downstairs. This has been taking my SpO2 for 2 years now. So let me talk about SpO2 on your wrist, why you would actually want it, and what this feature means. So first of all, this is a cool feature. Let's say you were sick, especially like with COVID right now. Like some people have been monitoring their oxygen levels, so like breathing in and out with this SpO2 meter. So if the SpO2 meter is reading like 85%, you're like, oh, I better, and you're having trouble breathing, you probably need to know that you would need to go to the doctor. So when is this feature actually useful? This feature is first of all useful when you're sleeping. So Apple Watch now measures your sleep in the new operating system that's coming. And this will measure your O2 while you sleep. Why is that important? Well, if you have something called sleep apnea, measuring your O2 level while you sleep can help diagnose it. It can help say, here's a problem because you're dropping at certain points in the night and you need to go get it checked out. The other thing is if you are training at high altitudes, like running and stuff, this can help let you know if your oxygen level is normal or not. Now let's talk about oxygen level at your wrist, because I've reviewed it extensively on other devices, obviously not the Apple Watch 6 yet, but I've reviewed it extensively on other devices. And what I found is that it's not bad, but it kills battery, absolutely just demolishes battery on devices. And B, it's not very accurate on your wrist versus your finger, which is interesting. So I've been having some accuracy issues on all the devices that I have tested. It's not that they're wrong. They're just reliably incorrect, which means that like this is always like about 8 points lower than what my finger meter would say. So I just have to kind of know that on the device. I'm not sure how well, if Apple's is going to be any better than that, but it also doesn't tell me much information. So I'm not super excited for this feature, and mainly because I have it on a bunch of other watches already. So I'm not too excited for this feature. They do have a new sensor, which looks kind of cool. You can see the picture of the sensor here. Oh, let me move myself out of the the screen here a little bit so we can see the sensor a little better. You can see the picture of the new sensor. It looks kind of cool. You know, and Apple does connect the EKG and stuff. So, well, as we get to the EKG, they've had that since Apple Watch 4 on your wrist, which is a cool feature if you're one of the people that have had problems. They are now, Apple is tracking sleep, which is cool. But the watch does all the same stuff that it's really done in the past. I didn't really see anything new or big that I thought was like a significant change in Apple Watch 6. I mean, the big question is going to be, for those of you that have Apple Watch 4 and 5, is it worth upgrading to Apple Watch 6? I think if you really want that SpO2 sensor, it could be worth upgrading. I don't think it's really a big upgrade. It's not as big of an upgrade as the Apple Watch 3 to 4. It's like the first few iterations of Apple Watch were these huge upgrades. And now it's becoming a little less, so I'm not as impressed. The other cool thing that Apple did, though, let's get to the cost, actually. So the cost of the watch, it starts at, I think it's $399 or is it $299? Let's get up here to the cost. So Apple also released an SE, which is basically like the lower level version of the Apple Watch. So last year, Apple made the Apple Watch 3 less expensive, but now they're getting rid of the Apple Watch 3 and they're going to have this device called the SE, which is the lower model. So let's take a look at these prices. So you can see it starts at $399, and then the SE version, let's find the SE. I think the SE version was $279, I wanted to say. So $399 for the regular. LTE is probably about $100 more. Oh, there's the Nike version of it. Looks kind of cool. No changes. They have some new colored, like that's blue suede band thing, blue case. I mean, it's just a color issue, so nothing super impressive there for me. Let's take a look at how much the LTE is. See, $399 GPS will sell it, so $499 for the cellular version. And that's the version that I care about, is the cellular version. That is the one that I will always get. And then we have the SE, which is $279, so cheaper. And let's see if the SE comes in a cellular option. That'll be kind of interesting to see. And I guess, I mean, is this just the Apple Watch, more like the Apple Watch 4, I'm guessing? Looks like it comes with all the same stuff. Let's see, where's the $279 version? Let's see what happens if we can get a... So $329 for the cellular version. That's actually a pretty good deal. So it's only $50 more when you go to the cellular version on the SE, but $100 more when you go on the 6. Huh. That's interesting. That is interesting. Wow. So if I was purchasing a new Apple Watch and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted, wow, this is actually a pretty good deal. This SE version is pretty cheap, and I mean, if you want cellular, the cellular version is $170 cheaper. That's a pretty good deal, especially if you're one of those people that wants to upgrade every year. Like, the features in the watch itself aren't anything to write home about, the new upgrade. So, yeah, okay, so let's compare. Let's compare these devices. So, okay, so it doesn't have always on display. Okay, that was never a huge deal with me. You know, I've had every Apple Watch since the Apple Watch 3, so when I had the 3 and 4, the always on display was not a big deal. Doesn't have blood oxygen app, not a huge deal, or ECG. So it doesn't have the EKG, which the Apple Watch 4 had. Interesting. So if you're really about the heart rate features, those could be big differences, but it does detect irregular heart rates. So you don't really need the ECG app if it detects irregular heart rates. That's interesting. Huh. I really think this SE is the way to go. I wish they gave you more like hardware specs here. They don't like to do that, do they? They don't think we're all tech and geeky and want to compare stuff, even though I do. Yeah, if I was in the market for a new Apple Watch, I would definitely consider this. I mean, no, look, if I'm being honest with you, I have to have the best of everything, and I would want absolutely the six. I'm ordering the six on Friday when I can order it. So, next cool thing that Apple released that I really really like is the uh, Fitness Plus. So here's a picture of it. Let's talk about Fitness Plus because I think this is awesome. And you know, it's funny because I'm not even going to order this feature. I'm not even going to order it, and but I am excited about it. And hold on a second. Let me just adjust my screen here. I realize the sun is changing in my room, making my green screen appear a little crazy. So let me just fix that really, really, really quick. I can fix that in 1 second. Am I making it worse? There we go. Yeah, let's get rid of some of that squiggly stuff happening around me. There we go. All gone. So what happens is in the room I'm in, just the sun is shining in the room. And so as the sun changes, the light changes slightly. So, okay, so we're in Fitness Plus, Apple Fitness Plus. Pretty cool. So basically the gist of Apple Fitness Plus is that it's a competitor. If you're familiar with the Peloton app, boom, competitor right there. You do need an Apple Watch to use the Fitness Plus app. So they're requiring the app. So basically to use Fitness Plus, you need an Apple phone, an Apple Watch, and the app, which is kind of crazy. You actually need two devices to use this thing because you can't have an Apple Watch without an iPhone, and then you can't have the fitness app without the iWatch. Wow, Apple's, I don't know if it's pure genius or pure not genius. I mean, they're going to sell stuff, but I do like that, like, you know, Garmin and other companies, like their watch works with Android and stuff. But pretty cool. I mean, I like all the Apple stuff. I do like their watch and I do like the phones. So, and I have all the stuff. So it's not that bad for me to go out and get it. But if someone just wants this app, they're not going to be able to use it without getting all this other stuff, which kind of stinks for them if they don't have the money to. Okay, but basically it's a competitor. Workouts every week, new workouts. So the price, not bad for a fitness app. It's very competitive pricing. Peloton's $13 a month. This is $9.99 a month or $80 for the year. That's pretty cheap. $80 a year is, let's see, don't feel like doing math in my head. So 80 divided by 12 is, wow, $660 a month. So if you pay for the year, it's almost about like $7 a month. That's pretty cheap. That's pretty good. Current Apple Watch owners get 1 month free. Man, Apple is a smart cookie, man, and you can share with 5 family members. I'll tell you what, Apple is smart. So you get a month free. So that means without even getting the new Apple Watch, me and my wife will each get a month free. And we can, if one of us just pays for the app, we can share it with each other. Man, Apple's brilliant. That's good stuff right there. And if you buy a new one, you get 3 months free. Man, Apple, they're smart. I mean, they got me with the Apple TV. I get a year free, I think, because I don't know actually why I get a year free. I'm subscribed to something. Maybe it was Verizon, or maybe it was because I have an iPhone or something. I don't know. But I got a year free of Apple TV, and I'll probably start getting charged for that at some point. So yeah. Let's take a look at what this is. So basically you use your Apple Watch. Your stats are going to show up on the screen if you have an iPad, iPhone, or Apple TV, which I wish it did work on Roku because we do have an older Apple TV. I honestly haven't even plugged it in for a really long time. So, but we do have iPads and we do have iPhones. So basically here's what it looks like. You will be working out with someone and your stats, time, mileage, heart rate, calories would appear on the screen. Here's what it looks like on the iPad. So basically you pick some kind of cardio workout and Apple will take you through the workout and show your stats. I mean, I think that that's pretty cool for a lot of people. Let's talk about some of the downsides of this in a second too. So all your metrics and everything are on one screen. Okay, cool. You can see the fitness instructors are like, yeah, 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 like super pumped up. Like the most excited people in the world to be working out. When I'm working out, I'm totally not excited. These people are happy. Like this girl, that girl. I've never seen a bigger smile from someone running on a treadmill than that girl. Have you ever smiled like that on a treadmill ever? Yeah, nobody ever does. Anyway. I don't know why that screen is blank, but it was before you. So you can, there's biking. So you can see there's like all kinds of different workouts. And that what they're trying to do, oh, they're showing you your calorie count. Real smart. I'll tell you why that's smart in a second. Let's get to all the workouts and then let's talk about some of the disadvantages. I'm going to talk about why that calorie count is brilliant of Apple. So here's the workouts they're going to have. Also really smart. We got treadmill walking, high intensity, treadmill run, rowing, dance, cycling, yoga, core, strength, mindful cool down. Man, that's smart. I could even see myself maybe using it. I mean, I don't use this stuff at all, like workout app. I don't need that. I work out without that stuff. I don't need it. But I could totally see myself thinking that the hit was kind of cool, maybe. I'm trying, I don't have a rowing machine, but I really want to buy one. So I could totally see myself doing like something with rowing. And I do have now my wife has a spin bike, but I have a bike with a trainer. She does yoga. I mean, I see her using this. I would never pay for this for me. It's just not, I'm not the type to use an app, but she does pay for Peloton app, and this is looking a lot nicer. I like this. You can do all kinds of different workouts. So you would need a treadmill for the treadmill, a bike for the bike, that kind of stuff. Here's like the rowing. So you would need the equipment for the stuff that you were doing. Someone on a spin bike. I'm surprised they're not pushing the spin bike more because there's all their instructors. They apparently have all kinds of different kind of music. I think you can listen to your own music. Oh yeah, trainers specialize in picking music. Work. So they have Apple Music. Yeah, they're going to be able to get all kinds of good stuff. So it works on Apple Watch, iPhone, iPad, Apple TV. Do I need an Apple Watch? Yes, you do. We don't know when it's available yet, but it should be available by late 2020, so probably like November. Oh man, this is going to be a huge, huge, huge thing. Special equipment, just what you need. Of course, they're going to say yes, it works for all fitness levels. Data privacy. Yeah, they're super secure, aren't they? Okay. Let's talk about some of the disadvantages of this. So here, well, let's talk about a big advantage and a big disadvantage. Let me get to these screens right here again. So Apple talks about metrics, leave it all on the screen. So the biggest disadvantage of Apple Watch versus other fitness watches like the Garmin is that it has a lack of metrics. It doesn't tell you many things. So, and let me just give you the example using Peloton as the example because that's going to be their big competitor here. So now my wife doesn't have a Peloton. She's a fake spin bike, like a generic Peloton, but in order to use Peloton's app, she uses the speed and cadence sensors, which she can then view on her app, and it helps her do the Peloton workouts. The problem with Apple Watch is it doesn't actually connect to any sensors because Apple did a terrible job of incorporating metrics into their device. So it only gives you basic metrics like heart rate, and there's no way to calculate distance on an indoor bike because you can't connect the speed and cadence sensors, which could do that. It can't give you cadence on an indoor bike because you can't connect to the sensors. So there's lots of disadvantages Apple has in the metrics department that for someone like me make it a no-go for working out, which is one of the reasons Apple Watch drives me nuts for working out. It's why I have a Garmin watch, because it's so much better for working out, and Garmin does not have that. So the metrics portion of Apple Watch is going to, I believe, is going to hurt it for this service for people like me. So I think that Apple really needs to focus on this metrics portion and do something about it. And it's not that they don't know about it. I know that lots of devs have been telling their engineers about this for forever. So for whatever reason, someone's deciding not to include certain metrics. But I'm looking at this, and just making sure my door's not open so my wife can't hear me. So I'm going to talk about her. Now, someone like my wife, she doesn't know what I'm talking about when I say the word cadence. She could care less. Now, I believe that that's probably like 99% of the population. They don't care either. They don't need to know. They don't care. They're not a big stats person like me that needs all this stuff on the screen that I need to be able to see like a bazillion different things. So I can compare these numbers. I don't think they need to see that. I don't think they care. I know she doesn't care. So what does that tell me? Well, what Apple's going to do is they're going to show you three numbers that are super important to you. They're going to show you how long you've worked out, how hard your heart worked, and how many calories you burned. And guess what? That will sell my wife 100%. Time, heart rate, calories. The problem is, since they don't have cadence, it's going to be, you can see the three numbers here. The problem is, since they don't have cadence or power to like a bike, it's going to be tough to tell them. I guess they're just going to say, like, do a light pedal now, do a medium pedal and a high pedal. I mean, I guess you could do it like that and it could work just fine. I don't need cadence numbers. If someone just told me that kind of stuff, like sprint now or go high intensity or low, medium. So I think it could work out doing that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's interesting. I'll give Apple that. I'll give them that. I mean, I hope it does well. I'm invested in Apple, like my 401k. I've got a bunch of money in Apple, so I want them to do really well. Let's see Apple stock. I'll tell you what, the stock market makes no sense. Apple gave, I think, a great announcement today. I am super, super happy with, I think this fitness app is like a potential Peloton killer. I think it's amazing. I think it's a great service. I see the potential. I think Apple was brilliant to release this. Apple stock is down $1. Go figure. Though I will say, so people like me who follow the stock market, we've been hearing, and I mean, I follow fitness trends. I've been hearing this rumor about the fitness app for 2 to 3 months now. So maybe the analysts have already priced it in. But why after the event this would go down is beyond me. Maybe people aren't as impressed with the new Apple Watch. I don't know. I mean, the Apple Watch is an upgrade. It doesn't include anything big and drastic like the change from the 3 to 4. So yes, some people may not. But I think that the Apple Watch SE, I give it a big thumbs up. The Apple Fitness, I give it a big thumbs up. The Apple Watch 6, I don't think it's worth the upgrade necessarily from the 5. I think it's a nice, cool watch. I think it's probably worth the upgrade from the 3. 100%. From the 4 even? I don't know. I want to see what of the new iOS Watch OS features come to the Apple Watch 4. Like if sleep doesn't come, then maybe I could see that being a reason people would want to upgrade. But they are still missing some metrics. They're missing some things that they need to start including. And maybe some of that is more on the software side, not necessarily hardware. Because, Apple Watch does have the ability to connect to Bluetooth devices, so they could have it connect to Cadence in the future. If they start doing stuff like that, I think Apple Watch is a big hit and going to really do a lot more than it is already. But I like this Fitness Plus. I like the idea. I mean, I think this is a brilliant move by Apple, who has the ability to implement something really good. I think this was, I'll give Tim Cook I think this is his first innovative, not that they're the first one, but Apple's not known for being innovative. What they're known for is coming out with something and making it better than everyone else and popular and cool. So could they do this for Fitness Plus? Possibly. So I'm excited to see it. I mean, I'm glad I get a free month. Me and my wife will definitely try it out. I think it'll be kind of cool. And yeah, that's it. That is my Apple Fitness Plus Apple event today review thing. Hope you enjoyed, and later